The Goss Corporation has been serving the community of Compton, California since 1976. Founded by Dr. Paul Goss, who is an established naturopathic doctor, herbalist, iridologist, and community activist. He saw the need to bring holistic health to an underserved community that is populated predominantly by African Americans, Latinos, Asians, and South Pacific Islanders. He has helped people heal themselves through natural foods, herbal medicine, exercise, and meditation for over 60 years. The Goss Corporation consists of New Body Products Herbal Network Marketing Company and New Earth Health Food Store.
New Body Products is a company that I started where we take herbal products and make herbal remedies for different ailments that people would have, so they wouldn't have to use your patent medicine, because the body is made for something natural and it's not made for chemicals and drugs. So that's what Goss Corporation is working with New Body Product. But it also has New Earth Health Foods, and that's like a health food store where people can come and buy things that have not been genetically modified, and they can buy organic material and work with things that are not artificial. Iridology is a method of looking into the iris of the eye, and the eye has different patterns in it. When something goes wrong with the body, certain patterns show up in the eye. When it clears up, that pattern disappears in the eye. And it can be anywhere from, if you use the eye as a clock, from 12 o'clock all the way around back to 12 o'clock again. And each part, the top part around the 12 o'clock deals with the head, and then down at 6 o'clock will be dealing, with the bottom part of the body. And anything that goes wrong with the body, you'll be able to see it in the iris of the eye. And that way you can straighten out the problem by that particular part. I'm a holistic practitioner that's treating the body, without using any kind of chemicals, drugs, or any kind of artificial means. And as far as my clientele, for the people that did not want to go the medicine or the medical doctor's way, I would say over the years, someplace in the neighborhood of about 10,000.
New Body Products is an herbal network marketing company with over 130 herbal remedies used to assist the healing of ailments such as hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, infertility, prostate problems, fibroid tumors, thyroid, arthritis, asthma, obesity, among many more. New Body Products is historically known for its detox body cleansing programs, using its #1 seller, CKLS. Today, New Body Products are sold throughout the United States and 17 foreign countries, including Mexico, Jamaica, and countries of Africa and Europe, to millions of people, and are distributed by over 20,000 distributors and experienced holistic health consultants. New Body continues to provide the world communities with health, wealth, and business opportunities to increase its capital and awareness. For more information about New Body Products, visit our website at www.newbodyproducts.net. New Earth Health Foods has provided quality whole foods to shoppers in the Compton and surrounding cities throughout Los Angeles for 40 years. Our store is owner-operated and provides a natural source of healthy, holistic ways to the local community. New Earth Health Foods has over 200 bulk herbs, nuts and spices, natural groceries, vitamins and supplements, fresh vegan dishes, and other specialty health and wellness products in high demand. We offer wellness services and classes to help our customers achieve optimum health. By supporting our local community, we help build awareness of healthy lifestyles as an alternative to the typical diet of underserved communities.
I don't believe a person was born to die. I think they was born to get better and live. In other words, not learn how to die, but learn how to live. And that you should get better and better and better. But the system that we in is geared so that you would have to die.
At New Earth, we make it easy to find out all there is to know about the food you eat. We fully guarantee the integrity and quality of what we sell. It's what we live by and what New Earth has been all about from the beginning. Because it's the only way we can promise you're getting products you can trust. The Goss Corporation has been a pillar in the Compton community since 1976. We have provided jobs, business opportunities, and healing by staying in the community instead of moving away like most that become successful do. We have been able to make a positive impact.
Compton's a great city. There's nothing wrong with Compton at all. What people say about Compton might be what's wrong with Compton. Well, during the Rodney King right, here's what happened. They were burning places down. They did that on both, but they were burning places down. So this one guy, Bloods of the Crips or Warlords or whatever gang he was, he would be in the front of the crowd, and he stood in the front of the place, and he told everybody that was coming down the street, don't harm this place. This is a black business, and we need this place for the community. I found the money easy by contacting a few people and letting them know, basically what I had in mind and what I wanted to do. And in some cases, I got some to invest. Some, they gave me loans. Some people, worked and got paid later. But in any event, everybody was for what I was doing, and I was able to, put it over by doing all this and making sure, that everybody, that had any type of involvement in it, money-wise, in a very short period of time, got all of their money back, plus interest.
Our mission is to develop a high-quality wellness complex that will encourage civic progress by creating community value, tax revenue, and jobs. This development is certain to improve the quality of life and attract other retailers and investors to the city of Compton. Our goal is to build a wellness complex that includes a health food store, vegetarian restaurant, juice bar, New Body Products packaging and head office, and our village hall that accommodates 50 to 100 people. After 43 years, we have grown out of our space, and we are taking the Goss Corporation to another level so we can continue to inspire everyone to achieve good health of the mind, body, and spirit.
But we will be able to service all of these places here throughout this country and other countries through this particular center that is going on here. It consists of a school, and in this school we teach people, basically more or less the things that I'm already involved in. We also will have a restaurant where the people can come and learn how to even fix that type of food, so that a person can eat something without getting a stomach ache. It's also a health food store in the complex, which will be only that is health food. In other words, there won't be any genetic, artificial anything in there at all. Even though we're doing this now already to a very small scale, but this way we'll be able to do it on a large scale.
We are kicking off a membership drive through radio, social media, and community health and wellness events. Dr. Paul Goss is a living legend in his field, serving over 50,000 clients and students. He is highly respected amongst his colleagues and has made his mark in the Black Latin communities around the United States. Dr. Goss has lectured in over 17 countries and has his authored books in several universities. Because of all his accolades, we trust that our membership drive will help us raise funds to even pass our current goals of expansion.
What you get actually, for becoming a part of this is that you get a discount, approximately, let's say 10% on anything that you would purchase, in the store. And at the same time, if you become a part of it by taking out a distributorship, which is $45, then you get a 35% discount on every item that you would buy from the new body. This lifetime membership can allow you to even go into business of your own, out of your own home, and you can sell the product, buy the product, and then sell it to somebody else, at the retail price, but you're buying it at the wholesale price. At the same time, it's also passed down. Something happens, to you, you're no longer in this world, it can be passed down to whoever it is you want to pass down, and it just continues to go on and on.
Simply Wholesome, we proudly do business with over 105 vendors that look like you and I, between our store and our restaurant and the services, from our printer to our gardening, our landscaping, our repair work.
Wow.
We truly embody the recycling black dollars concept as coined by the late great Muhammad Nasruddin. We truly are like that Black Wall Street, that Black Tulsa a little bit. Where our dollar turns over many times within our community here, locally, across the country, and stretching back to Mother Africa. I've seen the increased awareness of health, increased intentionality behind making sure that you live and lead a health-oriented lifestyle, because at this point, we've all seen people end on a bad note, right? We've seen people develop all types of health challenges that possibly with a corrective diet or different lifestyle, different mindset, those challenges wouldn't be there or be present. We've also seen people come in when plagued with so-called illness and disease. We've seen people turn their situation around. And I'm so encouraged because now I'm seeing the youth adopt healthier lifestyles from the beginning. Between Purcell and myself, we have 4 grown offspring, and all of our grown children lead healthy lifestyles. It was ingrained in them, from birth, and they've maintained those habits, and their friends, for the most part, also have healthy habits. So I know that their generation is going to live longer, healthier, more productive lives. My mission, my goal, my mandate for me personally that I set upon myself was to increase the number of independent small businesses that we dealt with here at Simply Wholesome, as opposed to being relying heavily upon the major nationally branded products. I wanted, and I've deliberately set out to cultivate a space or incubate a space and made this as a fertile ground for our people or young people or anybody that has a product, good or service that would be a good fit here. And the way I evaluate things is, will this be a good product for my customer? Well, hands down, no brainers, New Body Products. New Body Products, founded by Dr. Paul Goss, run by his family and a cadre of dedicated, loyal associates. We're business partners with New Body Products. New Body Products is our staple in terms of our herbal line in our store. Dr. Goss's products have no binders, no fillers. They're made in veggie capsules. They are 100% fresh. The integrity behind the company. Dr. Goss, first of all, is a stand-up elder in our community. Dr. Goss has laid the foundation for thousands, tens of thousands of people in this country and across the world, particularly stretching back to Mother Africa, to maintain health, to regain their health, and to make corrective changes in their body. So my whole entire health foundation is on the platform of Dr. Goss. I use his products. I'm a customer of New Body products. I use the CKLS. I use the AG7. I use the SKF. I use the Parquet Slim. I also use the Uber Earthly when I get too much acid in my body. So I am we are a retailer and a distributor of the product line, but I'm also one of his best customers as well. Because the truth of the matter is, here at Simply Wholesome, we live this lifestyle. And our motto is, Simply Wholesome keeps you feeling good and looking good. I'll be 58 years old in 2 months. It don't crack. And New Body and Dr. Goss, the product line, has helped me also maintain. And when I've done my excesses, when I've had too much of whatever, I'm able to use the products. I do the cleanse, the CKLS flush every 6 months. Religiously, every January and June, I do that cleanse.
That is amazing.
Yeah, Dr. Goss is such a treasure and a jewel in our community, and we're so pleased to know that Dr. Goss and the family and the company in general is working on establishing a permanent, huge health center in Compton. It is so vital and so extremely necessary. First, we need a place that we can call our home. We need a place that's bigger than this space, and this is a large space, but we need a space that's larger where we can have, wellness classes, where there's, restaurant, where there's a juice bar, where there's iridology going on, where there's detoxing going on, where there's body work, and there's also a space where we can come and work on our mental health. Because, to be a complete healthy person, it's mind, body, and soul. It's the totality of the human person, not just independent pieces. And I truly support, encourage, and believe in the establishment of a wellness center in Compton, established by Dr. Goss and the New Body family. And I encourage everybody, all of us, to support it. Give our money, give our time, our energy, and our resources, and whatever we can contribute, we should contribute, because we need something that is going to be in our own best interest. We all know that the Tuskegee experiment happened.
Yes.
That's fact, right? And we have to be very, very careful about who we entrust our wellness to. And I'm gonna bet on and put my hands in I'm gonna put myself in Dr. Goss's hands all the time.
We are definitely heavily in the herbs. We have a large herb selection. One of our companies that we've been doing business with for years is New Body. It's a black-owned company started by Paul Goss in the 60s. All their products are organic, like I said, it's black run through and through, and he does a really great job. And that's one of our best sellers. In fact, it is our best selling herbal company that we deal with. Well, the CKLS is extremely popular. It's colon, kidney, liver, and spleen. I mean, you got to have your system clean. I mean, if you don't have something to get all the gunk out that you eat, then you're going to have issues. So we all need that, regardless of who you are, So yeah, CKLS is definitely our top seller. We have NVS, which is a Nervine. Everybody, to some degree, is stressed out in the society. You need something to kind of keep you balanced. We have the heart. We have C1. It's good for cancer.
Right.
One thing I got to say about Paul, he's covered all the bases, and he really did his work, and he's come up with a combination of herbs that are good for us. I mean, all people, don't get me wrong, but really designed for people of color system. Totally vegetarian, and yeah, he's been getting down. I don't know anybody else that is doing what he's doing, especially that looks like you and I, at his level. People that like New Body or any herb as far as that's concerned, or vitamin, if you always have it on the shelves, then they're happy. It's when you don't have something, it's when you start really realizing what the significance is. You know what I mean?
What it can do.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, it's our top selling products, so it gets down. It does its job, but we're constantly ordering, and they're constantly delivering. Hope that this wellness center grows to other cities, because we need something for us, and health is your wealth. Without your health, you have nothing, regardless of how much money you have or whatever the situation is. You know, there's a lot of people right now sitting in hospitals right now as we speak that are multimillionaires, maybe billionaires, and they would trade all that money in for your youth and for your health, you know, because they realize at that point they can't take it with them. And if the money can buy health, they would have bought it, so they could still be around another 10, 15, 20 years. You know, so I think when you get to that point in your life, you realize that that dream that a lot of times we chase for the financial end, which we all need to survive, but it's not really the end all. You know, when you get sick, you know, the first thing you want to do is get better. When you're feeling good, you don't even think about it until you get sick. You hurt, you know, some type of ailment, or you twist an ankle or something like that, then all of a sudden your priority changes. That everything else becomes secondary. I want to feel better so I can get out of bed so I can continue to do whatever it is that I'm continuing. So it's very, very important, and it's very, very important that this center gets developed. Very, very important that it's done by someone that looks like us. You know, because who knows us better than us? You know what I mean? And we care for each other. I mean, we are all a family, even if we are detached in some form or fashion. But at the end of the day, when things go down, we have to depend on each other. And that's how it used to be back in the day. The medicine man or whatever in the village, everybody went to. And that's how you and I got here. And that's why our lineage is so strong. You know, so we have to kind of go back to our roots. And Paul is the man. He has the track record. You know, he's sincere, and it's been proven over the years, because New Body wouldn't be where it is today if he didn't have a good reputation and a good product, and he stood behind his product. You know, we all know that in business or just in general, you can fool somebody once, but the key is getting them to come back, and the word of mouth. And his products has definitely been grown through word of mouth. You don't see any major advertisements or stuff like that. It's grown through word of mouth. People tell other people, because we ask each other, I got this problem. What do you know anything I can take? Or you know, oh yeah, go up to Simply Wholesome or go here and get New Body. It helped me. And then somebody tries it, and then hey, they tell somebody else. And that's why the company is so strong, and that's why it's our best-selling herbal product here at Simply Wholesome. And we will continue to sell New Body's product as long as New Body gives us the product.
My name is Tabidi Umoja, and I am a teacher at Marcus Garvey School, as well as I'm an herbalist and an iridologist for the last over almost 30 years that I've been herbalist and iridologist. And about that amount of time I've been a vegan as well. And so I teach here at Marcus Garvey. I actually teach health, I teach algebra, I teach science, As far as the holistic health perspective, I was trained in iridology back in 1991, and I've been doing that ever since. And also I've been, like I say, a herbalist. I've got products that I've developed, and so that's pretty much what I do. I'm a health researcher as well. I don't just buy the general information that we get in the news, on the news about various things, various ailments. There's another story to everything that's out there, and so I'm always seeking to find the truth, and so that takes up a lot of my energy. Mark Garvey believed in self-empowerment. He believed in owning our own so we can hire our own people. That's the same thing with even holistic health. I mean, we need more of those in the community. We need more health food stores and less liquor stores. And so this is why we need to put holistic health centers in our community, because it works. Why not? We have a place that sells herbs and health food, and also give you some wellness information. We need that in Compton. We need it all throughout our community, but specifically Compton farmland. You know, it was known to be a place, and that's a perfect place to actually have something like that. And at the same time, Dr. Goss has been in the community for over 50 years. You know, right there in Compton. So I've seen all different people come into our community. Organizations that have done nothing for our community, that have been granted land and other things. Mm-hmm. So why not someone who's been there, who actually has been there from the beginning? That's what we need to support. And his family is, and it's not just him, but he's trained his family to know about herbs and know about holistic healing. And so we need that in our community. All of the deaths that's going on in our community, we're losing too many people at young ages. And so, especially in Compton, look at the death rate, especially among people of color. You know, so we need better eating, and we need some good products like herbs, such as the New Body herb. One of my favorite, you could say, is CKLS. You know, that was invented by Dr. Goss and New Body products. And when I was at Simply Wholesome for those 10 years, that was the #1 selling product in the entire store. So when people came in, that's what they were looking for. And no one does that if it wasn't something that was good. And so and so the difference between, I think, CKLS and maybe another cleanser, or even New Body products and others, one of the things I always suggest a person do is when you buy a product, look on the back and see that area where it says other ingredients. And that section has things like rice flour, millet, magnesium stearate. Those are all fillers. But if you notice, New Body and a few other companies that are like that, they actually say 100% of the herbs in there, because that's what they're putting in. They're not putting any fillers, any binders, and that makes a big difference as far as the effectiveness of the body. That's why when people say, "Well, I felt it right away," you're going to feel the herbs right away if they're 100%. If you only got about 10% of ginkgo, because you bought it from a store because it was a cheaper price, there's an old saying, you get what you pay for, and that's kind of the difference that I see in like companies like New Body and what Dr. Goss has done, and I've had the opportunity of actually going out and seeing a lot of these herbs grow, and that really puts a connection between you and the product if you actually see them growing. A lot of these people don't even see the products at all, and a lot of companies you see out there, they actually call a company, have them formulate it, and they don't know what's going in there, you know. But one thing I like about Goss is he's always been about, and New Body, they're always been about manufacturing your own. And what's so important about that, what's so important about manufacturing and owning your own, is that you actually have control over the whole production of everything you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. You know, you're not having someone play games. I've seen when I was a buyer in the health field, I would notice that a person would have, they would have another company say manufacture their product and encapsulate it and everything, and then when it comes down to they put all this advertisement out on it. Mm-hmm. Now they're going for a product, and now that company's playing games with them. Mm-hmm. But if you manufacture it yourself, then you're controlling all the way through, and that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I appreciate about New Body, about Dr. Goss. I actually have an online store where I sell my own herbs that I make, but I actually have added New Body to that arsenal because over the years I've been able to help a lot of people with various different ailments, not just what I put together, but I use herbs like the Freedom and the C1 and Worms Be Gone. There's herbs that I use that I put along with the arsenal that I have that's been able to help people with a whole lot. So yeah, I have online business, oneloveherbs.com, you know, and actually I do distribute his herbs as well as my own. You know, I'm a prime example of how holistic health has worked for me, being a person that's almost 55 years old, not dealing with any of the ailments that many people deal with at my age, and you don't age like you normally would. At the same time, you're not, like when I get my physicals, my signs are always, my vital signs are always nice. You know, and so that has to do with the way that I eat, and also when you eat a certain way, your temperament is going to be a certain way as well. You know, and it's going to keep your organs working. But my personal experience with Goss, I actually started going to his classes in 1986, 87, and he used to have classes that were out of his store in Compton, and they used to meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he would teach the community free health classes about eating right, and then also his herbal regimen. And so that's really what got me interested, and then I stopped eating meat, as well as a group of us. We became vegans at that time. And all of us are in our 50s right now, and we're not feeling like other people that we know of that are in their 50s. Some of us are college professors, some of us are, you know, in the acting field, whatever. You know, I'm a teacher, you know, and iridologist, so we went in different fields, but we've stayed a certain way. So what Goss helped me with eating better, because I actually talked about veganism, and where he really helped me was the first scenario was I had acid reflux. Acid reflux was something that ran rampant in my family. And one of the things that I realized was when he had me do the olive oil cleanse, I cleansed my upper and lower intestines, the acid reflux stopped. And so that I started using that with a lot of my clients that had acid reflux, and I come to conclude that part of acid reflux was just cloggage in the transverse and the descending colon. And once you clean that out, then the digestive tract works a whole lot better. And so he helped me with that. Now the main thing that he helped me with, and a lot of people don't even know this because I don't really talk too much on it, was in 1988 I was hit by a car moving almost 45 miles an hour in Long Beach on Ocean Boulevard, and I was sandwiched up against another car. I actually had a VW, and my engine was in the back of the car, and my car cut off and it glided to the side of the road. And so what I did was I got out, and the coil wire actually came off the distributor. So I put the coil wire back on. I stood up, and within about maybe, I don't know, seconds after I stood up, I felt pain. This guy went around traffic. He said he was moving 45 and sandwiched me up against the car. The first two hospitals recommended amputations of both of my legs because I lost my calf on the left side here. The tibia fibia bones that were shattered. Actually, from below my knees, the bones were in shattered form. So, make a long story short, I had to. My family started looking out to find doctors that would be willing to take on the challenge. And then what happened was they found doctors at Long Beach Memorial, and this is where holistic health and traditional medicine actually worked with each other, whether they wanted to or not. When I got there, the hospital I left were trying to get me to eat meat because I was a vegan at that time, and they said you need to gain the tissue. And when I said I'm not going to eat the meat, then they started pushing for this amputation thing. And then when I got to Long Beach Memorial, those doctors said that I'm glad that you didn't go for the meat thing because they were cleaning my legs for bacteria counts. You know, and obviously there's a lot of bacteria in meat. And so all my operations were a success. My veins from my right leg is in my left leg. My muscles from my back are in my legs. The skin from my thighs were put over my legs so that you won't see bones, So I went through a whole lot of that. And when I was going through that, I had Dr. Goss's herbal information, which helped me. While I was in the hospital, I had a temperature that ran over 106, 107 degrees. And there was a book that he had called Forever Young. And in Forever Young, there was herbal references in there, certain herbs that are good for purifying the blood. I had a temperature that's high. common sense that if you have a high temperature, you need to purify the blood. So I use those herbs to purify the blood, and for the first time within a couple months stay, my temperature went back to normal after drinking about maybe 3 cups of this combination. That was my first herbal lesson. And I got that from, like I said, being introduced by Goss. And then over the years, I've been able to help, a lot of people. And so that's kind of where that came from. New body, and really, companies like that is that we need to fight for our ability to have the ability to use these herbs. If we get a diagnosis of, say, AIDS, cancer, whatever have you, we should fight for the right to be able to use whatever regimen we see fit for our own body. And this is my issue is that some people are, if you want chemotherapy, that's your choice. Mm-hmm. If you want radiation, if you want this surgery procedure, that's your choice. But you should also have a choice to say, look, I want these herbs and I want to use them for the healing of my body. And so that's what I'm really fighting for, our right to use natural immunity, not something else. The herbs that work, you don't have to just sell a person, and we got to be aware of that. Our field has really been watered down. And that's why it's very hard for a person to really see what works and what doesn't work, because you have, like I mentioned before, you can go to cheap stores and buy herbs that only have 10% of the herb in there, 15% of the herb in there, and they have a bunch of fillers in there, but they have a nice package, and people take it and they say, oh, those herbs don't work. Mm-hmm. Well, all herbs aren't made the same. Just like there's herbalists out here that are saying that they can cure you in 24 hours. Those are things we really have to the charlatans, they're going to be there, and that's and our people got to be a lot more. We got to be a lot more keen to see when that happens, when people are just all of a sudden appearing in your community and just giving you false information, and that makes what we're doing. That kind of puts a stain on what we're doing, and people that are really trying to help people. And so just fight for that.
Be a part of a legacy. Get your lifetime membership today.